Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday. We're back once again, playing the games. Welcome to the holidays. Ho to everyone. Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, beautiful occasions such as these holidays. I hope everybody's warming up, getting cozy, getting prepared for some nice, hopefully joyous occasions. But yes, we're going to be doing the same here on this channel. Look at the schedule. What do we got going on? Well, lots of holidays. Next Sunday, canceled. No Sunday next. But today, my friends, is Monday. We're going to start Planescape Torment again. We're going to play a bit of D2 for the Dreamcast. But yes, also Wednesday canceled. No Ripper this week. No, not happening. Thief missions, we may continue at some point, but not this week because they are canceled. So yes, holiday cancellations aside, I think we're in for a good time. We're going to be able to play a little bit more, push the story forward in Planescape Torment, which I'm excited about. That shit's getting good, man. Shit's getting good. So yeah, what's the story there? What's that all about? Yeah, this week it's getting close to the holidays. I'm gonna take Wednesday off for holiday preparations. That's a bit jank. It's a bit jank, but we'll be on it again after the holidays. So look forward to that. I also have a birthday coming up on Boxing Day, the 26th. So I don't know, I may do a birthday stream somewhere or something. What's this bish-bosh about holiday break? Am I not, ruled by the capitalist corporate overlords Amazon? Are they not cracking the whip at me right now? Not enough. Apparently, I'm slacking off. This is my protest. The protest says I get to have a Merry Christmas. No Ripper wrap-up before Christmas. No, not this time. Yeah, we're getting close, I feel, in Ripper, but I don't know how close. There's just so many very intense puzzles to get through. Yeah. Holidays are the best times to stream. Well, maybe after the Christmas. We might see what we could do between Christmas and New Year's. We'll see if we can have some fun. But yes, but before Christmas, I'm taking the break. But that does not mean that right now, we're not going to be playing games, because that is certainly what we're going to be doing right now. Not canceled. Yeah, no, it is the stream was canceled, but Ripper was postponed. I should have made that clear. Once I start throwing around this big cancel button everywhere, everybody's gonna get so anxious. I'm sorry. I should bear that responsibly. Very
In knowing the
Very
teachings of
alarming.
Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Apparently everybody's leveled up. I know, Fibble. I know. You can't possibly be serious. You can't possibly be serious. You're a nice fella. I don't think that you're advocating for me throwing my holidays away in favor of streams, even though to some, including myself, that might be a little less stressful for some reasons. I'll have to consider it next year. We could have Christmas on stream. I could do my Christmas with you guys. Yeah, I could do it.
Done.
So where are we? We're in a brothel. We are in a brothel. I think it is the brothel of intellectual lusts or something like that. I don't even know. You will crack your capitalist whip at you by yourself. No. Yes.
All right.
Yes, master. Yes. It's okay. I live to serve.
I'm gone.
Okay. Let's talk about this strange brothel of intellectual lusts. What does that even imply? Fall from grace. Before you is a stunning golden-haired woman, dressed in an azure and violet dress, with two long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Well, Scrooge, maybe this woman will melt your heart. We'll see. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
The woman turns to address, as you address her. She takes your measure, then nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Well met, traveler. She reaches up to brush back a stray lock of golden hair. How may I help you? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. You are new to Sigil, are you not? Yes I am. Does it show? No, I suspect I've been here for quite some time. Actually, I mean, that's technically true. Fall from Grace. That's an interesting name. What's that about? She nods. I am pleased that you like it, but I am sure that you did not come all this way to flatter me. What is it I can help you with? Well, what is this place? This is the brothel of slating into intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake in this establishment? Brothel of slating intellectual lusts? What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in verbal arts with others. Sounds dull. I assure you, it is not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. So, this is a brothel where there's no intercourse? Only of a psychological nature. Rest assured, it is still quite stimulating. I have to ask, why did you establish such a place? Nameless One's clearly a fan of the intercourse, and he's just like, this does not make sense to me. All from Grace raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question, she frowns. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. So why did you? Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. And that is why you established this place? This brothel is intended to slate the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive in lower wards. I see. So this establishment just encourages intellectual fencing rather than, well, the other kind of fencing. The women here must be special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. It's a debate club with a fancy name. I'm just wondering where the whole, like, lusting comes in here. Intellectual lusts. Does anybody believe in the concept of mindgasms? Because I think that's what they're going for here. Having a mindgasm. And do you have to pay for this? That is also a fair question. We haven't even broached that topic yet. Sensates? She bows slightly. Yes, I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience much of the multiverse as possible. And I think we covered that, we covered this, didn't we? And the girls are trained to be sensates? Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. So evoking emotions, so it's like intellectual but emotional too. It's like, you know, using language to evoke feelings. Okay. Any other questions do we have? Those wings on the back, what are you? I mean, that's kind of rude. I'm here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. What we're really trying to find out is about the night hag named Ravel. Would you like to join me on my travels? Can we do that? You want to come traveling with me, winged girl? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We dunna need the likes of her, so sweet don't. Bar that fiendling, Mort clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. And the powers know you're about as fun as passing a caltrop through your bowels. You'd best latch your bone box, skull, or I'll rattle you so hard they'll be picking your teeth off the spire. Travel with you? Wolfram Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That's rather forward of you. Oh, that's the way I am. That's the way I am. Let's just go with it. I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? You are a sensate. Surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you on your travels, I need a far more compelling reason than that. It is the crunchy way. Yes, exactly. Never mind. I guess we don't have a compelling reason yet. Can I ask you some more questions? I came here looking for some help. Perhaps you can help me? Help? What kind of help were you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In so doing, I have lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia. Paul from Grace looks pained. How terrible. Do you have any idea how it happened? Not really, at least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab on the mortuary, and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Paul from Grace seems to be appraising you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body. She reaches out a hand as if to touch you. May I? Sure. I could, completely avoid this, but yeah, sure, you can touch me. Come on, now touch me, babe. See that I am not afraid. This promise that we made. Oh, yes, yeah. So this is a spruce. I went with a spruce. I spruced up the joint. I spruced it up. Yes, that's how I went with it. Paul from Grace drags her finger across your chest lightly. Oh, that's very sensual. Tracing the edges of your scars. Following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Paul from Grace steps back. Some of these wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, what do you intend now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I tend to scour the plains and search inside myself till I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. I think that's probably as good an answer as any. Yep. Paul from Grace is still thinking, her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I've never met a man who lost himself in the literal sense. She raises an eyebrow. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Well, I'm glad you think so. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am, what I may have done, who my enemies are, and who are my friends. I have offended you with my words. Paul from Grace bows her head. I give my apology if you will have it. Apology accepted. Paul from Grace nods. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories.
Updated my journal.
May I ask you more questions? Can you tell me about the sensates? How does this work? We pick them from a menu and then we just kind of, start conversations? Do they have different profiles? How does this go? Can you tell me about them? The sensates are the faction of Sigil that are devoted to experience, without sensation. We are blinded to much of the multiverse. The sensates seek to experience as much as possible. When all is experienced, then the truth of the multiverse shall reveal itself. It's fascinating, okay. Have you heard of the night hag named Ravel? I've got business with this Ravel. I am familiar with the name. Paul from Grace pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as myth, but I suspect that she did exist, and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay there. She looks puzzled. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. Grace raises an eyebrow. Truly? I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge that I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. And if a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be taken lightly. I realize that. But do you know anything else about Ravel? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago. In addition to the evil she committed during her stay, rumor has it her actions threaten the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as fiction, a figure in children's stories. Grace pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Ravel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the lady's prisons. Mazes? What is a maze? What is the Grey Waste? Is there anyone else who might know? Okay, let's start with what is a maze?
Updated my journal.
Grace places her hands together, thumbs and fingers touching, like some of that. Okay. Oh, forming a rough circle. Okay, so like that, a rough circle. The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of Sigil. You watch in surprise as a ghostly image of Grace's little fingers pulls itself from the hand and floats into the air, curling into a small circle. And make a maze. Wow, okay. So I can't do that. I can't emulate what you're doing right there. So a ghostly image of Grace's little finger pulls itself. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. The Parvenator. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Go on. The small ghostly circle floats in the air, then begins slowly rotating. The piece of Sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There is no escaping being mazed. It can happen at any time, while walking down the street, through a door. She claps her hands, and then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Go on. Grace continues. The tiny ghost maze reflects in her eyes. It is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left in to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left in to torture the prisoner. The ghostly maze dissolves. Perhaps it is both. I see. Can you tell me more about this plane that Ravel is from? The Grey Waste? A blighted plane that lies effectively between Baitor and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Do you know what happened to Ravel? Ravel was most likely sent to a maze. Yeah, we've done that. Okay, what is the Grey Waste? Blighted plane. Is there anyone else who might know about her? Someone in the fest hall may know more of her. Wasn't that just where we were? I feel like we came from there. So we did get a little bit from that, okay. What is the Grey Ways? Can I ask you some other questions? Now, do I have a more compelling reason for you to join me now? Okay, we're going through this whole thing. Anna's jealous. Mort wants the succubus on our side for erotic entertainment, obviously. It's rather forward of you. That's the way I am, baby. So you mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. She smiled slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. Then you would like to travel with me then? If you wish me to, then there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Okay. I will go speak to them then. I will return when I have spoken to all of them.
Updated my journal.
Alright, okay, so I feel like this might be a party member. I think that seems to be the implication. For sure. But we need to talk to all of the sensual people. Wherever they are.
I'm gone.
And loot things along the way, like this book. Possibly. This book, Finnem's book. This is a research journal of a linguist named Finnem. Alright. Guess we don't need to know anymore because we're not.
I'm gone.
A linguist. Juliet! Here, love. Yes, this dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking up the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings. Yes, I am named Juliet. How may I, never thou mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Oh, I see. Okay, you're gonna tackle mediocrity intellectually. This is part of these intellectual desires that we're talking about. We can converse. We can converse lustfully. Okay. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is. She sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. Perhaps I could make it less boring for you, my lady. No, 'tis kind of thee to offer, though. I am already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just that I wish... She taps her finger against her chin. Something more of a liaison? Is the relationship lacking, then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going, she frowns, so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. Well, I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had a courtship? She glances briefly at you. 'Twould seem that thy life is filling with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. It's not something I care to speak of. I can't remember any courtships I have had. The remnants of the ones I have encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships, ones fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs, poison, mad siblings and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me, and whom the world loves. She sighs again. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Mort floats close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for her lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A chit like this is nothing but trouble. Well, that doesn't sound wise, Juliet. Relish what you have? Well, what did you have in mind? Okay, should we entertain this kind of, wayward seeking of drama and toxicity? I don't know. Or we should just, how about you just go home to your man and live happily ever after? Is she gonna be satisfied with that? If you are seeking conflict and turmoil in your life, who am I to judge, I guess? What do you have in mind, Juliet? I'm not sure. Some element of danger or jealousy? Something intense. Why don't you have an affair? Why don't you make up some fake love letters from a hidden affair? I can pretend to be a jealous suitor if you want. Yeah, let's go with that one. Juliet glances at you and then scoffs. Oh, I highly doubt actually, that idea is not half as addled as I had thought at first. Thou dost certainly look dangerous enough. She looks you in the eye as if appraising a horse. Art thou as rugged and tough as thy appearance would indicate? They don't make them tougher than me, I assure you. So thou shalt do this for me, then. It's kind of a messed up thing to get involved with, but I think it's going to be entertaining. So let's do it. Excellent. My love Montague may be found within the Civic Fest Hall. I thank thee. Of course. I'll go speak with him. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that will be fun. Okay. Brothel patron, Vivian. Seems to be a popular one, is Vivian. This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and regal demeanor is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small phial dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent that seems to draw you towards her. Greetings. She looks you over, arching an eyebrow, with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings. My name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? No, I just had some questions. She nods imperiously. Go on then. What is that incredible smell? She smiles at you. I thank you for your compliment, but I assure you, this particular aroma is a bland and paltry odor in comparison to my personal scent. She sighs. Your personal scent? Yes. I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. 'Tis somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know. With the ladies around here, she frowns. So, by any chance, you have smelled it somewhere? You smell quite nice right now, you know. How can a scent go wandering? Vivienne shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and have even been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now poof, 'tis gone. I need not bear such annoyances. Vivienne stomps her feet. I want that scent back, and I want it now. Okay, jeez. How would you know if you found it? Oh, you would know it by smell, I assure you. It is quite striking, especially to men. Well, I suppose I can help you. Vivienne seems dubious. Are you certain? I do not wish to impose. No imposition, ma'am. I am pleased to help with a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking and idjit stick. Vivienne smiles and nods to you. You're too kind. Very well. If you run across it, please let me know. I'm somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. Okay. Anything else worth talking about? Do you happen to know the hag ravel puzzle well? I'll just ask everybody this in here. Seems to put them off a little bit. She's some historical figure. I can't quite recall. Who is she? A night hag.
Updated my journal.
I hope she stays in the past then. Night hags are foul creatures, besmirching all femininity everywhere in the plains. She suddenly pauses. You may wish to ask Eves. She knows all sorts of peculiar tales. Alright then, well, we may do. Alright. Well, we'll keep a nose out for your scent, then.
Alright.
We'll be back. Maybe.
Alright.
Nitty Nine Eyes. Okay, there's lots of interesting people here. We just gotta talk to them all, obviously. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gratefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met. Good sir, I'm Nenny. And how are you? This fine She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt. All over. Mort spins around you, mocking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. They're all old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes off your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I am named Nenny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the brothel for the slating of intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars, too. What's that one? She points to one of your tattoos. That one's, looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. Allow her to touch you. Let's do that. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edge of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern! Oh, look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. She cringes. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're all right? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really. I have amnesia, but that's all. Yeah, we'll go with that. Amnesia? Nenny blinks and then brightens. Loss of memory? You are so lucky, she chimes perkily. Everything must be so new to you. There is a truth in that, but the newness is, unwelcome. She blinks. That sounds so sad. Yes, it is, but I have some questions. Please ask. She smiles giddily. What are you doing here? Can you tell me about this place? I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Nanny frowns deeply. What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Nenny bites her lip and looks at you with pleading eyes as if she just wishes you'd leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? It's not gonna kill you. Oh, all right. Nenny puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Ooh, I dislike very, very much. She pauses for a moment and then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? No, not really. Nenny frowns. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. She looks at you, depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? I feel so wrong. Why don't you practice on me, Nenny? I suppose I could try. She looks dubious. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie. She looks at you. How was that? You know this girl? Seems like a sweet one. Too sweet for this world. Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute! Better. Now hit me. What? This is taking a turn. Now hit me. Nenny clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyways? Go ahead. Do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nenny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened as she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nenny. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh, I mean... Oh! Nenny draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hand into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damned you! You deserve that all for the indignities you put me through, going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids gonna think, Excellent. I'm not gonna even say that you just put a whole other scenario into this. Let's just go bravo. Bravo, Nanny. I am proud of the girl. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking at your approval. I am my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. I think she's going to town on this one. All right, that's enough out of you, Nenny. Calm down. Time to let go of that anger now. Nenny sighs tiredly. Whew, that was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. Sure, I have a question now. Please ask. She smiles giddily. Can you help me now with Vivian's set?
Updated my journal.
Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I go ask her about it. Nenny nods at you. Well, thanks, Nenny. And some other questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, sorry, that's a great name though, huh? I'll bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Eves about her. Eves collects all kinds of stories. Alright, very well. That's all I wish to know. Farewell, Nenny. Cool. Can I steal your stuff? It is locked.
I'm gone.
Handkerchief. I'll always remember you, Nenny. I've got your handkerchief. Yeah, kids. Oh, man. Well, that was fun. That was a fun one. These brothel patrons just... They're all robed.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Not an evening at the opera here. Doing some intellectual lusts, you know? Just chillax. Echo, or Echo. Echo. This striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. You'd like to be robed. Robes are actually probably pretty comfortable now that I think about it. Especially if you don't wear anything underneath. Maybe that's the point here, you know? Maybe that's the point. Just a little bit less rubbing, you know? Yeah, never have before, but well. I think we gotta bring robes back. Robes, top hats. Like, I feel like we've got a lot of things due for a comeback. Those have to be with some of them. Maybe capes too. Capes. Yeah. Yeah, capes. Capes could come back. Yeah. Okay. A translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. Shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I had some questions. She nods. Trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? She shakes her head, shrugging, and gives you an apologetic look. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? You know, can you at least, like, draw a picture about where she might be? Her eyes flash, and she smiles. She nods at you. What do you know of her?
Updated my journal.
She simply looks at you. Can you speak? She shakes her head and smiles sadly at you.
Updated my journal.
I love this shit already. Can you write then? Or pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. May I ask why you cannot communicate? She sighs softly and nods. So I can ask, but she's not gonna, point me in the right direction on that. Can I ask something about something else? I can ask. She may know something about Ravel Puzzlewell. She can't tell me, but she may know. Who are you? She smiles and curtsies, but offers no response. What can you tell me about this place? She looks at you and then raises an eyebrow. Okay. Never mind, actually. It's a big waste of time. Thank you.
All right.
Can I just take things? I don't want to, like, break into stuff. I don't know if they might become hostile if I do.
Right.
They might not. They might not. Seems we've gotten away with a lot of shit in this game so far, but I don't want to push it.
All right.
Locked containers. There's nobody around, right? Nobody around. Let's do a quick save. And I'll,
Forced it.
Smashed it in a half.
All right.
Don't know more.
well, at least we got 43 coppers, etc. And gold earring. I don't know. We don't need jewelry. What about
I'm
this?
gone.
Smashed it in
Forced
half.
it.
Don't know more strength.
All right.
More earrings.
Opened. I'm gone.
Somebody wanna
I'm gone.
get out of the way here? Silver bracelet and handkerchief. Okay, there's lots of handkerchiefs around. Silver bracelet. I mean, might be worth more than other things we have. I think we're gonna be in the position where we need to sell more stuff again.
I'm gone.
But
What's up?
hey, the
Okay.
floating skull. You like bracelets? Here you go. There
Good
we
as
go.
done.
Very good then. All right.
Done.
A mysterious room. Strangely empty, save for a strange unmarked door cut into the relief of the wall. Pressing the paneling reveals a gaping hole. Do we dare enter? Yes. Where does this take us? What kind of desires and lusts are in this place? The secret kind? What is this glowing orb? This clear stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a brilliant inner light. Inscribed into its base is the word Eves. Okay, well that's one person we're looking for. So is Eves not a person, but like some kind of entity? Can it communicate through stones? What is happening here?
Done.
Okay, what was this one about? This amber-colored stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with soft yellow light. Inscribed into its base are the words Kimasi Addertongue. Okay, so they're different people's names. But why? Why?
All right.
The name of this one, Delora. Okay.
I'm gone.
Asai Cirrus. Okay.
All right.
what are the relevance of these stones? Are they connected to actual people, or are they beings unto themselves? Marissa?
I'm gone.
That's one thing I love about the Planescape universe. It seems that, like, you can't exactly predict Vivienne. Okay, that sounds familiar. So yeah, it may be, these stones may be connected to other people elsewhere, probably upstairs. Yep. That, that smashes...
Done.
That little brain nut. We got it. It's connected to people. There's Netties. Are these like directly under their rooms too?
Done.
What is the purpose of these, Juliet? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Giant gold woman. Giant gold woman. There we go. This is grayish white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light, something once inscribed in its base, but the writing has been scoured away. So this one is not like the others.
Updated my journal.
What exactly did you update in your journal? Because I'm confused. Found a hidden chamber beneath the brothel that contains a number of glowing stones. 10, in fact. One of them was blank. Something had once been inscribed upon the base, but it has been scoured away. Okay.
I'm gone.
I mean, that is an accurate description of what we found. Other than the giant gold woman, I don't know what we're doing down here. Nifty place, though.
All right.
So, does the thing without a name correlate to somebody here?
I'm gone.
And what would that
All
imply
right.
if it did? Marissa, okay, you're definitely... There was a stone after you. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the... Excuse me. A shapely female form in the darkness. I always check out when it comes with shapely female forms. The shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, as you can see nothing of her face. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes. Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like so rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound like a slight breeze or the hissing of serpents. Mort whispers quietly, "Whoa, a creepy chin." My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gave a slight humph. But it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? Well, I had some questions. It may be a strange snake lady or something, but perhaps you've heard of Ravel Puzzlewell. I've been tucking that name in my sleeve, and there I'm busting it out. Ravel Puzzlewell, you know her? No, do you? You hear an annoyed sigh from out of the darkness. Ah! Go ask Eve. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something of use. So everybody's pointing to Eve at this point. Fine. Now we probably could guess at where her location is based on where the stones were below. Okay, I was told you were sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the darkness around her. Oof. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. So your veil has been stolen?
Updated my journal.
My veil, my crimson veil. Have you seen it perchance? No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil? Marissa sighs quietly. Berzoid, thank you for following. Not quite. It aids me in communication, face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now, what do you want? Wait. Can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Updated my journal.
I need the in on that whole situation. For no reason. No reason. Yes, Echo. I need another Echo, knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echo's, I have heard. Okay, so Delora knows about something that might help us communicate with Echo. Okay. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it you want? I want you to come into the light. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? I guess I never really thought of that. I think I am like some kind of immortal. But I think at one time we may have been human. I don't know. I think so. Ah, you think so? How could you not know? It's kind of complicated. Really have no sure idea of what I am. Truly, that's most interesting. There's the sound of hissing in the darkness. Describe yourself for me. I am a tall, muscular, and horribly scarred man. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait. Never mind. I do not wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made of writhing asps, and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. You sound very exotic looking, Marissa.
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. Oh, I am. And my merest glance turns living things to stone. From beings of flesh to statuary, with only the bat of an eyelash. living things to stone. Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue? I suppose I could. Had you a limb, and were I inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined, had I my crimson veil. So if we find a crimson veil, that would be, you know, we could get a limb turned to stone, which I have no idea what we would use that for. Good to know. Good to know. Fantastic. All right then. All right.
I'm gone.
What's
Done.
over here? Any other secret passages? More coppers. We just keep stealing money.
I'm gone.
I don't know if they have like a bona fide like alignment system in this. Can you like, if you steal enough, can you change the alignment? I don't think that's a thing in this one.
All right.
They're very vague about some of
Done.
the stuff because like your character is
All right.
mostly pre-made when you create the game, except for like some base stats.
Done.
It's very interesting. They had a very particular direction they wanted to take this game.
Forced it.
Smashed it in a half. Don't know one's strength.
Particular story
Alright.
they wanted to tell, and they wanted your character to reflect that
I'm gone.
story.
Done.
Kamashi Addertongue. The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather thong. A black cloth brassiere and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription, Kamasi Addertongue. Greetings. Kamasi bares her teeth at you. And just what are you looking at, you banged up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa! Was he ever horribly mistaken? She sneers at Mort and then looks below him where a body would normally be. Sharp tongue for a stemless deader. That's enough, you two. Sure, Chief, whatever. What a witch, huh? Mort humps, then waggles his eyebrows. I like that. I'm sure you do, Mort, but I need to talk to her. The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. That is quite a response. Well, you seem like you like the taste of offal in your mouth, you tongue-breathing cretin. Only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me? She makes a retching sound. Ugh! I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me. Thank the powers someone actually wants to kiss you. Kamasi looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. All right, what do you want from me? Questions answered. She looks annoyed. Fine, whatever. Ask. So what are you doing here? Say, can you teach Mort here to be more abusive? It's a skill set that we're lacking in our party. We need to round it out, you know? She raises her eyebrow. Now that's an unusual request. I don't know. It seems pretty foul-mouthed already. He. That's a he. Seems pretty foul-mouthed. Kamasi Bladderdung, you scruffy goat-gammed harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do? Bob around wishing you had a pair of goats? A pair, goats or otherwise? The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults, and clashing with razor-edged tongues. Just wait for it to end. At last, the two stop their bickering, and eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally, the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Mort. You're not bad, really. Not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Mort waggles his eyebrow at her. Eh? Kamasi narrows her eyes at Mort. Don't push it, Skull.
New taunts, all right.
Got some new taunts. I won't, tiefling. I will admit I have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, Chief. Sure thing, Mort. Kamasi turns to you. So was all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Well, I had a few more questions, so tough. Alright. Can you tell me more about the silent prostitute? What, that echo chit? Don't know anything about her. Don't talk to the girl, I mean, why? Not like she could talk back. Ask frigid Delora about her. I think I saw her playing Go with an old crush of Echoes back from when she could talk. Alright, I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it could be? Try a hive gutter, or perhaps that's just a similar aroma. To be serious though, Marissa stole it. Marissa, are you sure? No, but I'm hoping you'll go stomping into her room and upset her enough to do something awful to you. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? She smirks. Shh. Up your arse, maybe. Hells, I don't know. Kamasi smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. Do you happen to know about Ravel Puzzlewell? What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you? Go ask someone more learned, or Eves. She'll probably have at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries around in her bone box. Oh, and squat on a halberd while you're at it. Squat on a halberd, okay. Will do. Sounds invigorating.
All right.
Okay,
I'm gone.
is this Eves? Yes. Eves the Tail Chaser. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft, sea-green eyes. Greetings. I am Eves the Tail Chaser. What a coincidence! I too chase tails. Eves continues, unperturbed. Have you come to trade tales? I would like to trade tales. Eves nods. I would like that very much. Yes. Tell her the story of you waking up in the mortuary. Tell her the story of the Alley of Lingering Sighs. Ask one of your companions if they have a story to tell. I mean, we got some different things. I like both these stories. Maybe we get to tell both? Okay, let's start with the mortuary. Remember this one? Now let me tell it more. Let me tell it. Okay. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of your wakening in the dustman's mortuary. She seemed to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell a tale of the dustmen. Chapters of dust. Go on. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome in which the dustmen keep. They record the passing of all that lives in the eternal boundary. In this book there are chapters that are naught but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. I have another tale. Eves nods. I would like to hear that very much, yes. Tell her the story of the Alley of Lingering Sighs. Let's do that. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth. She seems to devour every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. And now I have one for you. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a modron is? No. Modrons are creatures of total law, almost more machinery than living things. There are many different sorts of modron, but all have their place in a very rigid, carefully organized hierarchy. So dedicated are they to this system that they cannot communicate with or even consider the existence of modrons who are not their immediate superiors or inferiors. I understand now. Then I shall tell you the tale of the clock and the quadrone. Go on. Once upon a time there existed a modron. It was a newly created modron, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to Sigil, following the commands of its modron superiors. Go on. It knew of nothing but commands and dictates, of obedience in passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, modrons are only aware of the commands of their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. Go on. One day it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. The modron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. Go on. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filled and oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanis, and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort a modron. Go on. And what the modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock that it might have worked on. And for reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in Sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. Oh wow. Got another tale to share with you. Do any of our companions have anything? Eves awaits a story patiently. Mort, do you have a story to trade? Me? Why do I have to tell a story? Just tell a story, Mort. Fine, fine. An elderly man was sitting alone in a dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he'd forgotten both where he was traveling to and where he was. He had sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned toothlessly and with a cackle spoke, "Now your third wish. What will it be?" "Third wish?" The man was baffled. "How can it be a third wish if I haven't had a first or a second wish?" "You've had 2 wishes already," the hag said. "But your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you had made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing. Because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes." She cackled at the poor Burke. "So it is that you have 1 wish left." "All right," said the man. "I don't believe this, but there's no harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am." "Funny," said the old woman, and she granted his wish and disappeared forever. "That was your first wish." Eve smiles. "An interesting tale, Mort. And now I've one for you and your companion, the Fiend's game. A fiend sometimes wandered the wilderness of a certain prime world in the guise of a friendly old man. One day he came upon some hunters in the wood. "What are you doing?" the fiend asked. The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. "I have never been on a hunt before." The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where several deer were grazing. The hunters carried crossbows, but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. "They are unarmed," the hunters chuckled, patting their crossbows. "We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. After all, where is the sport in that?" The fiend nodded at this, and promptly gated in 3 of its fellows. The hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. Okay. I have another tale. One of my companions me? Okay. Anna, got something? I am no good at telling such things, I'm not. She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to shoo away the idea. Don't you be asking me for such nonsense now. Just tell a story already, Anna. Okay. Please share your story, Anna. Come on, already fiendling. You already have one tale you won't part with. Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. Well, I know one story. She suddenly becomes angry, glaring at Eves. But you might not like it. You won't. So don't be blaming me for you choking it out of me. Go ahead, Anna. Anna scowls, then finally relents with an exasperating sigh. I heard a story when I was a wee lass. This Burke's walking home real late near Antipeak and passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. Where you going? She asks him. Home to me wife and Kip, he says. Near the slag, she asks him. Sure enough, he says. So she asks him a favor, to take a box she's got to Debtor's Pit and give it to the woman there. Now this Burke's a real sap, too nice to say no despite the fact that he's got something not quite right about this old crone in Greece. But what's the woman's name, he asks. Where does she live? Where should I look for her if she's not by the Debtor's Pit? The woman's hands him a box, a wooden thing, wrapped in colored cloth, and tells him to just go and she'll be there. Finally she warns him, and whatever he does, do not open the box. So he takes it home with him and hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it to the Debtor's Pit when it's light out. His wife, though, seeing him hide in the box, gets right jealous, thinking he's got a gift for a lover or something, and opens it up as soon as he's not looking. Well, it turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and severed male members, with the hair still on him. Her screams brought the Burke running, and he remembered what the crone said, got right scared, and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away to Debtor's Pit, and sure enough, there was another hag waiting there for him. He hands her the box, and she says to him, "This box has been opened and looked into." The poor Burke tries to deny it, but she gets him this dreadful look on her face. "You have done something horrible," she tells him, then disappears that done. He hurries back to his kip. He's feeling ill. He gets back and takes to bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box and all, but it was too late. The next day he died of a rotten disease, and the first things to go was his eyes and stem. Anna nods grimly. Her tale is complete. So he lost his eyes and his wing wang doodle. Okay. Wow, the hags, that's how they got them apparently. People looking in the box. How about that? Eve smiles. "That was a wonderful tale, Anna. You should never hesitate to share it. Now I have one for you and your companion, the parched land. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. A farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone and again implored it as to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fields were parched and dying, why the animals and the people suffered while the stone did not a thing. 'Have we not given enough offerings?' the farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees. But the stone did not respond. It merely sat and cast its shadow. What is the meaning of that? Well, let's see. Anyone else got a tale? Dakin, you're probably good for one. Dakin nods solemnly. "I shall impart the tale of Akali drowning." Dakin tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of limbo. Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali, however, asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her, and she drowned. Eve smiles. "Fascinating, Dakin. Let me share with you and your companions another version of your tale that I have heard." Dakin looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. "Go on, Eve." Eve goes on to tell a different version of Dakin's tale, in which Akali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shrakatlor for her constant useless prattling. One day, she encountered a Sladi on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Sladi found difficult to break down. Hungrily it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Sladi's answers. Her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of limbo. Are we missing some tales? Because that seems to be... Is anybody else? No, we don't have any more tales. How are we going to get the tale we want? Okay. We've got some questions. Why are you called the Tail Chaser? I mean, really? I think we know. Maybe trade tales. Can we reinvestigate tales you've told me? What about the silent prostitute? I want Talk about Ravel Puzzlewell. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Do you? The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Go on. Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics and she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. Go on. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to the question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question. And now, there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here, who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. Here we go. She did nod that she knew something about Ravel. What else can you tell me about this silent prostitute? Echo? Eves frowns, thinking. I once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. Ask Delora. Though I understand that she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. So this is my understanding, based on multiple accounts, that we gotta find Delora. Okay. Do you know where Marissa's Crimson Veil is? She shakes her head. But Marissa is an interesting tale. Would you like to hear it? Okay, then let's find out more about Marissa. Go ahead. Once upon a time, in a world of heroes, in a time of petty, childish gods, there were 3 sisters. Cursed with a hideous appearance, they were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly, yet left that world with its shame behind, but exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of self. Oh. Well, how about that then? Okay, what about Vivian?
Updated my journal.
Eve shakes her head. Speak with Nenny. She is forever pacing about, observing everything intently. We did speak with Nenny. You saying that there's more to that? Maybe.
Done.
What about you? This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy, raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes. Alarmingly voluptuous, like rubies, which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive, but alarmingly voluptuous. Greetings. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I'm Kazai Zeris, So tell me, what might I do for you? Hmm? Anything, Mort cries. Do anything you want to me. Kasai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Mort. Truly, though, please, what can I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kazai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything, you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We could trade if you'd like, too, but you must go first. My dreams were recently revised when I saw you. Alarmingly voluptuous. Were they now? Kasai smiles and shakes her head. Come, let's hear the real thing. What do you dream about, Well, I don't have dreams, actually. Kasai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly, how sad. Even friends and devas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss for what to say. Well, I had some questions. Kazai blinks her crimson eyes at you, awaiting your question. If you don't mind me asking, what are you? Let's get to the bottom of that. Kazai shakes her head. What, can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman! She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I am plain touched, actually, like your friend here. Kazai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. What about Vivian Scent? You know about that? Oh, no, I don't know anything about that. Kazai frowns. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. But she said that, what was it, Mariana? Or Marissa? She said Marissa took it. And then Marissa's like, no, I didn't take it. We're on a wild goose chase on that one. Alright, Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know about that?
Updated my journal.
No. I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it. But Nenny might have something. She might have seen something. So try to ask her. I'll admit it's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chamber without the veil, and so we've been spared her foul tongue, leaving us only with Kamaji to deal with. Kazai smirks. Kamaji is the worst of the two, though. How so? Marissa's haughty and mean, but Kamaji, she's a bitter, spiteful monster of a woman, with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a Baylor. I can't see why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for that flaying, poisonous mouth of hers, but she receives patrons nonetheless. Yeah, you're not gonna help me with Ravel. I've spoken to 9 prostitutes altogether. Do you know who or where the 10th student is? The 10th? Kazai purses her lips. tapping her foot as she thinks. No, there's only 9 of us. There's always 9 prostitutes, unless Mistress Grace has made some recent changes I don't know about. And we might have some questions for Mistress Grace. Alright, that's all I've got to talk about with you. All from Grace, tell me about the 10th. I really
How may I
wanna
help
know.
you?
I have some questions. Okay, so you don't want to talk about that. Alright.
I'm gone.
Well, we could talk to Nettie again. Was she here? No, that's Juliet. It's Vivian. Nettie. I've been hearing that people seem to think you know stuff. Well met, good sir. I'm Nettie. How are you? Trying to find Immersive's Crimson Veil.
Updated my journal.
Do you know where it might be? I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kimashi at her tongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know? But Kamashi's really awful. Anyways, I talked to her first. Thanks. We know who we have to talk about the silent prostitute with. Where is that person?
All right.
This room is like completely empty. I don't know. Curious. Modrons. So
I'm
that's
gone.
what they look like, right?
Done.
Cool.
I'm
Okay,
gone.
Where's this Kamashi?
I'm gone. Done. I'm gone. Done.
Kamashi. There you are. Alright. Alright. Jigs up. Jigs up. Nettie saw you do some things. I was told that you were seen sneaking from Marissa's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing veil somehow? Kamashi flies into a rage. Who told you that... She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrowed eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room, if you'd like. I'd catch you sniffing at my breeches, though. I'll see to it you're never allowed in here again. Why would anyone ever sniff your breeches?
Updated my journal.
Beats me. Someone's nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too. With the iron studs. She whoops angrily. Well, we've got a lot of things going missing, including this tiefling's undergarments. They are missing. Well, okay. Clerk's Ward, Eve, Maji, Delora. Delora's the next stop. So who's been stealing all this stuff? So this is Delora's chambers. Where is Delora? Got the handkerchief.
All right.
Where's Delora?
Done.
Some of them seem to wander a bit, but
I'm gone.
Delora, there you are. Looking all over for you. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be gray, are the color of brushed steel. Highly specific. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings. I am called Delora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways could you serve me, Delora? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently, if that is your wish. I'm also well versed in various games of strategy. Should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. Hoping for something more of a physical nature. Sure. Delora seems neither intrigued nor repulsed, but answers in the same flat tone. Then you are mistaken as to the purpose of this establishment. The brothel caters to lusts of the cerebral sort, not those of the loins. In any case, I can assure you I would make a most unsatisfactory partner. Oh, why would you say that? That is simply my nature. Allow me to show you. She reaches out to touch your arm. Okay. Delora runs the back of her hand along your forearm. Her skin is smooth and dry, but cold, like chilled iron. The touch sends a shiver down your spine, and sets the hairs on your arm on end. Do not trouble yourself to ask who or what I am, for I will only tell you that this is simply my nature. Very well. You had mentioned debating. Delora nods. That is correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigilian's politics, the most effective battle stratagems, or warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in debate. Choose a topic to see if I can best her. Okay, let's debate. You choose a topic and begin. At first you seem to be holding up fine, but in time your position crumbles as Delora crushes one of your arguments after another with her infallible sense of logic. She seems to take no joy in her victory, however merely offers, if you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I could argue your position this time, should you desire it. Wait, are you always so ruthless in debate? Mistress Grace instructed me to show no mercy, for another of her students always allows a patron to win after a lengthy debate. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience for the clientele. I see. Could we play a game now? Of course. Is there anything in particular you wish to play? No, I don't really remember any games. Here then, allow me to show you one. Delora brings out a thin, lacquered box, which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips, half of them black, half of them white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules? Yes, please. Delora explains to you the rules of the game, how the chips are moved, how one bests one opponent. It seems somehow faintly familiar to you. The rules are simple, yes? But a great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. It takes a great deal of time to master. Shall we play? Yes, let's. As you play, you come to realize that you've done so before. Even your best tricks though, are nothing to Delora's well-calculated strategies. The game runs steadily downhill for you until you are, at last, beaten entirely. She does not smile or gloat, however, but quietly begins to put the game away. You seem to possess a good understanding of the game. In time, you could become quite good. Do you always play so mercilessly? Yeah. Mistress Grayson strikes me to not hold back. Yeah, that's the thing. I had some questions for you. Delora cast her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I am willing to serve you as a patron, but have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. What's wrong? Anything I can help with?
Updated my journal.
She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more you're struck by the pale smoothness of skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there is nothing I can do? Certain? Delora pauses as if thinking. No, I am not. My first love, Mirrorman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he had them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Why don't you seek him out and speak with him? Delora shakes her head. I may not leave this place. The reasons why are deeply personal and not to be shared with strangers. Even ones who might bestow a kindness upon me, but suffice to say that I cannot seek out Merriman myself. Then I'll find this Merriman and speak to him on your behalf.
Updated my journal.
Delora nods, the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merriman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so you may wish to ask for him at the Civic Fest Hall. Okay, so we need her cooperation to help us, but we can't ask her questions of our own until we help her out. It seems we have a couple of people in the fest hall we gotta find to complete quests in this place. That's the apothecary, that's the fest hall. Hoo-ah! That's some reading, I tell ya. We have not had a single instance of combat so far. Not a single one. I'm happy with that. But the throat is feeling it, let me tell you. Mertwin the Headless.
I'm gone.
Hey, Montague, you're that what's her face's person that we need to talk to. This young man still seems troubled. He greets you as you approach. Once more I extend to thee my greetings. There is something thou wishest of me? Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh, he gives you a puzzled, slightly suspicious look. It's like listening to a book, though, so I'm doing well. Good. That is my objective. We might as well tell a story well and enjoyably. I might as well enjoy it as well, you know? I demand her love, and I demand that you withdraw your false protestation of love. Good job, good job. Munt. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your mischief is well noted. Your mischief is always appreciated too. How are you? So I demand her love, and I demand that you withdraw your false protestation of love before I mash you into tiny bits. Thou love her so that thou wouldst fight me? Yes. He studies you for a moment. Thou art passionate about this matter, I see. Passion stems from love. Thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onwards hold no claim on her. You may do with her as you wish. Are you serious, dude? I was just trying to stir up some drama. Come on, this was all part of the plan. Now you're just letting me have your beloved? But that he would give her up so easily? There truly is more to this than we thought. Hold a moment. This was all a ruse. A ruse? Of what sort? She wanted to provoke you into fighting for her. Oh, did she think my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion to her a little high. So what should be done about this ruse? You're moisturized and comfy. Ooh, all greased up and ready to go. Yeah, well, keeping cozy is good. Definitely. Man, tonight I want some hot chocolate. That's what I want. Comfy guy moist. I like that. That could be your new nickname. Could be. Turnabout is fair play. Let's play this one. Let's send it back her way. What are we gonna do? I say ignore the chit. Act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly? Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wondering, and they'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is. Right, Chief? Yeah, she'll think something's wrong, and for once, he'll be playing the game rather than being the target. Hi. I like the sound of that very much. Good luck. I hope it works out. Farewell. And a farewell to thee as well, sir. Now I have some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter. Montague bows and turns to go. Alright. Well, she wanted drama, she's got it. Alright. Sensates. The other person we were looking for was the lover of Delora. Name is escaping me here. Merriman. A man named Merriman in the Civic Fest Hall somewhere. So we gotta like pixel hunt for Merriman.
I'm gone.
Merriman. We're in training. Barrier. Merman.
I'm gone.
Jumble murder sense? Jumble murder sense? What is your
right.
deal? The short, balding man is an orange tunic and a rather sizable gut that give him the look of a walking pumpkin. Way to go, narrator. You just burned him so hard. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eyes make him look a bit mad. Greetings. The man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow and presents a small card, which reads only a jumble murder sense, Jousetect, Sorcerer, and Extraordinaire. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the while. Mort whispers, "Somewhere an asylum is one barmy short." I had some questions. Jumble yawns and looks away, drumming on his belly with the palms of his hands. My questions? Are you mute? Is that why you won't answer me? Jumble cocks his head and gives you a stupid grin. Slowly he shrugs, then shuts his eyes and sticks his tongue out at you. I want some answers and I'll beat them out of you if I have to. Let's bluff that one. I don't want to actually like murder him. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and through his lips or throat don't move, though his lips or throat don't move to shape any words or sounds, a torrent of an incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth.
Updated my journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth, and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murdersons merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh. Looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. Ugh. What have you done to me, Jumble? Jumble ignores you entirely. Attack him? Attack him or... I better find someone who can help me with this curse. Farewell. Oh no, we got the hiccups. Shit. I mean, I could just let him do all of this and go back. No, I think we have got to live with the hiccups now. That is our fate. Alright. 3 planes of line. Will it affect our conversations with other people, I wonder?
Done. All right.
Okay, where's this Merriman guy? Merriman.
All right.
Death's advocate.
All right.
Major training. Are you a Merriman? Nope. Would he be above in the private rooms? Probably like there's some vendors that can remove curses.
I'm gone.
Usually the same ones that can heal us. I'm looking for Merriman. Oh yeah, Unfulfilled Desire. I remember her. Yeah, she tried to make us kind of like forget all of our desires. And this is our room. Apparently we had this at one point. Okay, Sensei. Okay. Front desk. It's our old chamber. Hmm. Would I like to rest now? Sure. Why not? Why not? Maybe the hiccups will subside, maybe? I don't know. Nope.
Done.
We live with our consequences. Maybe he's in the main hall or something, I don't know. Clerk's Ward. Best Hall Foyer. Domi Splinter. Since it's Mertwin, the Headless, I don't think you're the one.
All right.
At least the hiccups don't hurt me. We sigh. Merriman. Merriman. He was a member of the Society of Sensation. Oh, I could ask. I remember there was the private area that we found that wizard that time. We have to talk to this guy to get there. I remember that now. Now can you help me? Show me the sensoriums. Private sensorium. There we go.
Done.
Merriman.
Done.
Merriman. It's Quell. He was a fun one.
All right.
Inscription around the base of the sensory stone indicates that it holds the experience week-long hunting trek across the forest of Arborea. Let's do it. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods. Somewhere, the trees around you are by far the largest you've ever seen. Suddenly, though, there's an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. Your surroundings melt into a colorless smear, then slowly resolve into what looks like the interior of a large gray sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. His eyes flash in the half-darkness. A mad smile splits his features. I knew you would come. Greetings! Oh, greetings. So good to see you. He sneers. I bid your murderous tongue to be silent. That's right, murderous. You pretend innocence, and it's laughable. Who are you? Oh, don't you know? Didn't all those filthy, lying, thrice-be-damned journals tell you who I am? Those journals that you so conveniently left for me when I awoke. Those journals that called me an incarnation. Ha! Burn them all, I did. All that I found. What did they say exactly? So you're one of my earlier incarnations, huh? Crossed his arms and looks away. If you put stock in such trash, yes. What did those lying journals say? They spoke lies, and nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself, other incarnations of preserving their experiences in writing so later lives could benefit. Thieves! It's my life, mine. You want to steal my body, and you won't have it. So, where am I? Oh, this? Gestures around him, snickering. Just a little trap is all. I realize that killing you body thieves might not be enough. I might have to trap you, ensnare you for eternity. You may have realized by now that there's no way out of this sensory stone. Your mind is locked here. You'll note the rather sparse surroundings I've left for you, all to help the madness set in, good and quick, while your flesh rots away. He chuckles evilly. Ooh. Alright, well, I have some questions for you then. Did you create that trap dodecahedron? I don't know what you're babbling about. Alright, it was me. Brilliant, wasn't it? Did you play with it a bit? Lose a finger or an eye, I hope? He chortles merrily. And how did you make this trap? Can't tell you that. I'll never be replicated. The magics used in the creation were lost, even to me. Clever it is. Though one experience hidden beneath the other, so that no flesh but my own would set it off. So there are actually two sensations within the stone. Yes, that of the Arborean hunting trip and that of this trap. It looks suddenly wary of you. Why? Try and force your way into the other sensation through sheer willpower. What? What are you doing? Stop! No! Continue to force your way into the other sensation. You will last push yourself into the surface experience, the Arborean hunt, and end the sensation before being pulled back into the trap. Oh, lovely. Still have the hiccups, though.
All right.
There's
I'm gone.
Quell. So where is the Merriman guy? Like, really? Merriman. The sickly green stone is securely fastened to the pedestal it rests upon. The inscription beneath it reads, "The Messenger." Begin the sensation. As you touch the stone, its green exterior sharpens, clashing its brightness, becoming more than you can bear. So much so you close your eyes to shut it out. Okay. Let's submerge into the experience. As you close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arms become numb, as if all sensation is being bled from them. Tired. So tired. You try and blink, yet the darkness remains. Your lids feel soft and sluggish, unresponsive. You are sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor, and around you is the smell of coppery blood and herbs. Why are you here? You came here to what? Your memory fails you, but you feel a growing panic beginning to well up within you. Try and get your bearings. Awake now, are you? A questioning all done. The voice is an old woman's, thick and scratchy, as it is trying to force its way past thick layers of dust. Try as you might, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman, but you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong, terribly wrong. We're not having much luck with these things. You try to respond, but all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue. And your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? Listen. Now I see me you did. I spoke you did, and poorly. So the price have you paid, huh? The crone sounds amused. And then her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions. Now you will listen, and you will be a member my words, or in minding me you shall live, she hisses. Nod if you hear me, or another bit shall I take. Nod. Remember me, traveler. Remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers in your festive hall. Use it like a cup. Pour what you feel into it. And know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories that has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me, or if I am not to be found, tell him to come to the Glimmer Stone, and we shall speak. My precious man and I," the woman pauses and hisses again, "nod if you hear me, ragged thing." Nod. "Ah, pretty polite to a listen so long. When he comes to the Glimmerstone, tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain." The crone's voice trails off, as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there is only a sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why are you beginning to feel yourself slip into unconsciousness? Ravel! Ravel! It is I! Is this how we find Ravel? This was a pure coincidence, if so.
Updated my journal.
There is silence. Ravel! Ah, my precious man. There is the slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp, and suddenly, barely, you can see. With your one and only eye, you lie in a gray hut upon a dirty floor where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding gray dust. Your arms are gone, your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed, and there is no pain, only fear. There is someone above you, someone looking down at you. Look up. As you look up through your bloody, blurred vision, you see a horrid bluish-gray face, grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased. A wondering I was if this messenger would make it. For a week he was when his bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball, the right one. Yet to the festive hall he returned, it seems, and our time together has shared. And now you have come. Success! Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crone shakes her head, your blurred vision seeing images, 3 at once. Her grayish hair is like brambles drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers does Ravel have, and she has no time to waste with your guess questions. Know this, and in the knowing grow strong. You must find me, my precious man. But how? I do not know.
Updated my journal.
Shh! I am beyond knowing, in a lady's place. Now shh, and listen to Ravel, and there is much you must do. To find me, 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. Door? The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it. But in the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find the door that takes one to me. Ravel, I know the key is a piece of you, but I don't know how to find it. The key is of me, is it not? Not? Eh? The crone hisses as if trying to gather her thoughts, and your vision blurs again. No picture is it, no tale, no stone, but the key is something of me, a labor of my own flesh and blood. Seek it. Lives it does. Alright. When you say unlock the key, what do you mean? Knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks knowing it and unlocking it 2 tasks that must be joined. For at times a thing knows not its nature, but you are no stranger to that. Ravel cackles, a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. Well. What door do you speak of? The door is not finished. Yep. We saw that. Okay, unlock the key. Ravel. Ravel. How am I talking to you? If this is someone else's experience of stones and experiences and telling will Ravel do, but not the telling of how she speaks to you now. She speaks soothingly. Many are the branching and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you, and I need you knowing of this. Farewell, Ravel. Return! I will give what I can. Ravel gives a final smile. A horrible yellow fanged grin. A blackish tongue darts from her lips and lingers at the edge, teasing. But in the end, only the one question remains. What do you mean, Ravel? Only one question this I ask. Ravel's eyes blaze like fires, the red light turning her face blood red. What can change the nature of man? At the question, you feel a tremor pass through, like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Your vision clears until you are standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid somehow. Try and shake off the experience and leave.
I'm
Still
gone.
got the hiccups though. Didn't get spooked out of us. Didn't get spooked out of us.
All right.
Okay. Wow. So we actually connected with Ravel herself. Hey, where the fuck is Mirabin? Feel like we've
I'm gone.
come to the most logical places. And yet,
All right.
Mirabin still evades us. Okay. I'm going to Google it. I'm just in that mood. We could, Torment. Where is Merriman? Merriman. The entry area of the Civic Fest Hall. Isn't that where we are right now? That is Splinter.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Entrance area. We are in the entrance area.
Done.
Mertwin? That's just another way of saying Merriman. I mean, it doesn't hurt to maybe talk to him. Oh yeah, the beheaded man. Yeah, that's right. Still searching about for his head. He's bumping into stuff. Just leave him be. Leave him be. Okay, as far as the entrance area goes,
I'm gone.
let's look in these rooms. Sensate. Must be in here, right? Sensate. No. No. Where the hell is he? And this hiccup sounds so painful. Guys, is the crooked. I've been through all the other rooms.
Done.
To the entrance area. Show me. Must be more to it than that, then. What? Where is Merriman? Where is Merriman? We need to know that right now. Must help Delora. In the 9 students quest, he quite literally has the keys to her heart. Can be found in the entry area to the Civic Festival. But we already were there. Okay, I mean, seems like there's a lot of stuff here, but he's supposed to be there. Where the fuck is Merriman? What does he look like? Does Merriman look a certain way? Okay, I'm seeing that he's not just in the entrance area of the screenshot. Is it like the edge of things? Could be that the entrance area is a very broad term referring to this whole area, potentially. So in which case I'll go towards where we see him in the screenshot.
Done.
Won't make the mistake of talking to this guy again, unless we can force him to stop the hiccups, which we probably should do at some point. Okay, I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry I threatened you. I need to remove this curse you put on me right now. You don't mind? Rolls his eyes and yawns pointedly. Remove the curse before I'm forced to hurt you. Makes a point of examining and cleaning his fingernails. Fine. Won't actually do it. Will might make right. So it like showed Merriman like right here at one point in the screenshot we were looking at. Right? It's like absolutely like right there. At that corner. I don't know. It's weird, man. Maybe he's like circling around the place. I don't know.
All right. Done.
Maybe patrols.
I'm gone. Done. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Hey, there he is. So he looks like almost exactly like this guy. There he is. There you are. This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from his exertion of shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak with you. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. That's so. About what, eh? Well, she says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her and under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't, started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are. Delora's a construct, didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. Merriman sighs, but cold without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Merriman scowls. Because I've become cruel and bitter, old man. Who sees he can get something out of you? Go on then, what do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've carved to it in this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and am too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. So do I just ball up you in the back of the head or what?
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox! I'll need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draft of the river Styx, something like that. Right. I'll return if I find something. Okay.
Done.
Maybe that curio shop will carry what we need. It helped us before. Maybe they'll have something for our hiccups too. Maybe. We'll see. One can hope. Curiosity shop.
All right.
Oops. Brutal, man. Okay. Let's look at exotic items. Okay, yeah, Fiend's Tongue, Gorgon Salve, Metallic Cube Figurine, Monster Jug, Baby Oil, Codex of Inconceivable, Deva's Tears, Elixir of Horrific Separation. Need something that'll make him forget everything. Bag of the store. The Stained Lens, Yever's Ring, Rune-covered Ailstein, Tattered Ragdoll. I don't know. I don't know what would help. Examine a small glass file named Deva's Tears. These were collected from a Deva who was captured during a blood war skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for aeons before he at last escaped. Contains 12 tears, each hidden that time. Well, that's really nice. What would make him be able to forget everything? Elixir of Horrific Separation. Examine the bottle of Horrific Separation. Stuff was compounded by a scholar who'd found she possessed a darker half, side of her which took control at times and bade her to do awful things. This potion was to have split the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I guess we could separate this one man into two people, and one of them might not have memories. I don't know, but that's probably not it. I don't think this is it. Rune-covered ale stein. You know, it's got the right runes, maybe? An ale mug of unusual manufacture which keeps its contents, usually beer, of course, icy cold, whatever the surrounding temperature. Nice. But yeah, that's not gonna help us. Well. The Codex of Unconceivable. I mean, I am curious. Let's just take a look at that. Codex of Unconceivable. You examine a rather unassuming book held closed by a tiny brass lock. That, Kuzvrshika, is the Codex of the Inconceivable. Well, I only say that it's just well, I cannot explain it. More words simply won't suffice. You can own it yourself for a mere 1,000 copper commons, and believe me, it's well worth it. She literally cannot explain what it is. That's kind of funny, actually, when you think about it. A Gorgon salve. Because we're fairly sure what's her face that we met was a Gorgon. You examine a bottle labeled as Gorgon salve. Shrika holds it up for you. I traded for this with some sword-slinging prime worlder, Perseus, I think was his name. Smeared onto the surface of any being turned to stone. It will revert them to flesh. Only 100 copper summons a bargain. So yeah, it just fixes if they turn to stone. Which we haven't angered a Gorgon sufficiently yet to need that, but... Monster jug. It's got some sort of monster trapped inside it. Interesting. Hiccup. So where are we gonna find something that can wipe that guy's memories? Yeah, inconceivable memory, that would be good. Hey, where are we at? Apothecary, the tailor, under Sigil. Does that help us get back to other areas of Sigil? Because I now have a decanter that can get us another party member in one of the early areas. Oh, it's dangerous down below. I mean, we're adventurers, nothing can stop us. This large red-armored figure is standing in place, apparently guarding the stairs beside him. You dimly recall that his ornate armor marks him as an officer of the Harmonium, one who provides law enforcement for the city. Greetings. What are you doing here? Where's the stairs beside him? Guarding this stairway, sir. Why? Where does it lead? The realms below. Seeing your expression, you can use under Sigil. You may have heard it called. Why are you keeping them from entering? He chuckles softly, and the plates of his armor rattling with the movement. I'm watching for anything that comes out, sir. Things that don't belong in Sigil proper. What sort of things? Don't concern yourself with it. He regards you curiously for a moment. You're considering going down there, aren't you? Well, best be cautious. Rumors around the worst sorts of creatures living down below. I mean, I gotta see what's in there. Does this, like, help us Okay, we've never been here or connected to here
All right.
before, apparently. Reminds me of the other kind of place we were.
All right.
Oh, fuck! Larval worms, okay. Are they any match for us?
Dad?
They seem like they're a match for us, okay. Throw in that.
Dad?
Killed one. Spell. Ooh. And a Trellon. Whoa, okay. Oh man, this is fun. Maybe preemptively use it.
I'm hurt.
It's funny, as soon as I use an item, I got way more hurt. Feel like these are bad guys, you know.
I'm gone. I'm hurt. All right.
Dad?
We don't do spells. We do have abilities, no sensory touch. Freeze dead. We can talk to the dead bones. Well, whatever.
Can't forget the desecrate.
Oh shit, Anna's down. Well, that was good. Yeah, I think these guys are pretty hardcore. It would seem. Well, we could raise Anna up and get Dad the fuck out of here.
Aye?
She needs to pick up her shit. Get your stuff. And she needs like jet out of here for the minute. That's probably a good idea. Oh, fuck off. Anna.
I'm hurt.
Okay, we have a couple more lives until the next rest. He's got a charm. We can do that for now. Yeah, these things mean business. Woo. Since you survived, but like, gotta be ready to get out of here.
Might as well.
Come on, select the thing. Yeah. It's there for a second. There it is. There.
Why not?
Use. That's a way to do it. Just pause and go to your inventory. inventory and do it. There's a bunch at once. We got some nice experience. I mean, he did say it was dangerous, so it's not like he didn't warn us. Let's get the hell out of here. Well, yeah, that was intense. And I'm gonna take a short break, and I think we're gonna switch over to D2 for today. I think that's gonna be the thing. Ooh, man. There we go. I think that'll be the thing. So I'll be back in just a few minutes, and see you soon.